and a manifestation that is vibrational, that is calling you, that will show you every step along the way which step to take. And if you get that, then from wherever you are to where you want to be, every step along the way is a joyful step. The only moment that it stops being joyful is when you stop and look at where you are in a sort of depression that you're not where you want to be. And that comparison isn't good for you. It would be like going to the new car dealership and saying, I want a new car and I want you to design it especially for me, and I want it to look mostly like that one, but with one exception. You know that glass thing that's out there in front? I think they call it a windshield. You say to the guy, I want my windshield in the floorboard. Don't put it out there. Put it here, because I really am concerned about where I am at all times. So just put it there, and I'll just hope for the best out there. And you're laughing because you know that's silly. You know that you're much better off, if there's any motion happening, to be looking where you're going. But what you forget is that there's vibrational motion happening all the time. And if you're looking at what is, then that's why you don't feel good. That's why you're tripping up. That's why it isn't fun. That's why it doesn't feel good. Look out there where you're going, because where you're going is sure. And you know how we know? Because we're really smart. We are. We know because we're over there where you're going. We saw you put it there. We embraced it when you put it there. We're standing in the vibrational attitude of it. We have become the vibrational equivalent of it, and we are calling you toward it. And when you go toward it, we didn't say when you get there. We're not ever going to say to you, when you get there, you'll feel better. We're saying when you look up and start your journey, your conscious journey toward where you want to go, you'll feel better. It doesn't matter where you are. So have we convinced you that manifestation is the way you feel? And have we convinced you that the way you feel is something that is changeable within the next 5 minutes once you know this? Less, really, but it is changeable. So you have complete control over the only manifestation that matters, which is the manifestation of you allowing the fullness of who you are to be present in this moment, because you are the manifester of the manifestation, which is you. You are the one who does it. You are the one who bees it. You are the one who is it. You are the one who are it. You are the manifestation and the creator of the manifestation. And if you've got that, then you've got everything that you need. And we can now return to your vortex and bask in the deliciousness of the rendezvous that we will one day have, maybe today and maybe when you croak. You don't have to wait until you croak to be the manifester of the joy that you have put into your vortex. You can have it now. Best we've ever said it. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing that is off limits. It's going to be a wonderful day. Begin right here. There are a lot of people now talking about law of attraction, but until you're understanding that what you're wanting to attract is a manifestation that pleases you, and that the manifestation is the emotion over which you have complete control, then you're still looking around and expecting others to do things differently so that you can feel better, which renders you powerless moment after moment, day after day, relationship after relationship, because they are the center of their universe, not yours. So you're looking for love in all the wrong places. In other words, anytime you say or mean or feel about anyone, you need to do something a little differently so that I can have a better feeling response. You render yourself powerless, because as much as they love you, and many of them do, they don't have the power to get into the center of your universe and be your center. You got to do it, you see. And when you figure out how to do it and you start doing it, then you begin to feel powerful, because the demonstration, manifestation, same word, all around you. It is exhilarating for us to visit with you, because we know that unlike the majority of the people on the planet, you are getting this. You are understanding. You're beginning to feel your part in all of this. You are understanding that you are source energy in physical bodies. And we're not giving this to you because we want to give you some lofty assignment that you need to get out and make the world a better place. You can't help it. And we don't want to make you know that you can't help it so that you get lazy Because you can help it, but you can't help it, but you can help it, but you can't help it, but you can help it. In other words, what you really are about is making your world, which means your now, which means your moment, which means your emotion, right here and now, as good as you can make it. In other words, that's what deliberate creation is being present in the moment. And you know what being present in the moment means? Not just showing up, we're glad you did. But not just showing up, we're glad you did. Not just showing up, we're really glad you did. Not just showing up, but showing up with all that you are. Showing up as the clear-minded, source energy, loving, appreciative, flowing being that you are. Because you are so much more than these physical bodies. So much more than these physical bodies. You are consciousness that has the opportunity, the glorious opportunity of focusing in this leading edge time-space reality through this personality that you know as you, in conjunctions with other personalities, but even with all of the personalities on the planet flowing together. If they were all in this room, and many of them are, there are thousands of you out there, we're glad you're here too. As you are here, focused in this time-space reality here and now, it's the larger part of you that is doing the majority of the focusing. This is the thing that we want to really present in a way that you can really feel it. We want you to feel the perfection of the planet, the perfection of even the fact that this stuff holds together. It holds together pretty good. It holds together pretty good. We want to tell you why it is. It's focused into this consistent pattern of what you call physical manifested reality. It's consciousness that is concentrated long enough, generation after generation, eon after eon, non-physical energy after non-physical energy, that this feels real because it is. This is the leading edge. And we want to convince you, we get louder as we try that, we want to convince you that the reason that this time-space reality has the consistency that it does, unlike your dream state. Esther was all over the planet last night visiting with all kinds of different people. It was a really interesting night, but it wasn't like this. Your dream state isn't like this because your dream state is not manifested to the degree that this is. So when we say you create your own reality, we're talking about you. Yes, we are. We're talking about the things you're thinking right here and now. We're talking about the things that you speak of with your lovers and with your friends. We're talking about the things you do. We're talking about the focus of you. But we're also talking, we're really talking, we're really talking about the non-physical part of you who has been thinking long before this physical brain of you was thinking, that is holding all of this together. And what you are about here and now is finding new things to think about to merge with what has already come to be known from non-physical. Are you feeling that? In other words, non-physical knows the power of love and the power of appreciation and never ever deviates from it. You do it all the time. You deviate from it all the time, but it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're out there on the leading edge, on the raw and ragged edge, on the raw and bleeding edge. So here you are out here on this leading, bleeding edge, and in this experience of contrast, you are arriving at new things that you would like to consider, but you never consider anything that we all don't just rush in around and revel in the newness of what you have discovered. And as we revel in the newness of what you've discovered, the evolution of all of us moves forward. And as you know, you can come with us or not. We just went. So your work here is to discover new things to present as the leading edge, and then to hopefully, and we mean that in the nicest way, to hopefully keep up with what you have decided is the new, at least for you, leading edge conversation. And that's why we joyfully come to play with you. Because here you articulate your new leading edge inquiry. Here you articulate what's on your mind. And we want to impart to you in such a powerful way that you will always know it, that whatever is on your mind matters very much, because you are out here sifting and sorting on this leading edge, and we are happy to play with you. Sometimes you sort it out, you point it out, you ask for it, and we go right there and wait for you to catch up with your own desire. Such an interesting thing. You pick it, we love it, we go there, we revel in it, we live it, we be it, we are it, and you don't come. Because you're so busy justifying why you're not going there. It's hard. It hurts. I don't like it. Somebody should call somebody. You've been listening to us for a while, and you get it, that your emotions are your indicator of how blended you are with that source energy or not. But still, it's easy to let your emotions run away with you. And we want to say that it's not your emotions that are running away with you. It's the specifics of the unwanted. You're supposed to be happy. It's supposed to feel fun. You're supposed to know your power and your wisdom, you see. So, as you think a thought, it will bring another, which you're now thinking, which will bring another, which you are now thinking. And during the process, you've put a whole lot into your vortex. By knowing what you don't want, you know what you do want. So here's this vortex that the source within you is enjoying and becoming. And here you are, a part of it, but just not right now. A part of it, but just not right now. A part of it, but just not right now. Source, with all of its wisdom, does not have the power to think your thought. You're thinking your thought. Now, you can feel the resonance between the thought you're thinking and how source feels about it. And you have the free will to change that thought. While you're not going to do it suddenly because law of attraction won't allow it. But if you're paying attention to the way you feel, you can come around to knowing the perfection of your thought or the imperfection of it. You can come around to knowing the bend of your thought or the detriment. You can come around to knowing the rightness or the wrongness. And we use those words gently in terms of who you have become. And so it's just the free will factor. We don't for a moment want you to think that we're going to stand over here in your vortex full well knowing everything that you are, everything that you've become, and everything that you want, and that we have any ability to assert that on you in your resistance. And many of you say, but Abraham, if you know I want it, then shouldn't you just make me get it even when I'm disallowing it? And we say, oh, you've been asking for that from the beginning of time. In other words, you are the creator of your reality, and you have a support system that's remembering everything that you really want and not giving you support in what you don't want. Ooh, is that big? Not giving you support in what you don't want. And it's in that lack of support that you're clamoring for more support. And we say, hear us. No support comes in what you don't want. So when it feels that bad, it's because it's not something that you want. Doesn't get any bigger than that, friends. There is such love for you here, for all that you are and all that you continue to be. There is no ending to that which we will become together. And let's just enjoy every step along the way as we're moving, which means let's enjoy the resistance. Let's enjoy the aggravations. Let's put them in the perspective for what they are. Let's play the part that we are playing with clarity and focus and appreciation. And let's look out into the world and feel its beauty and discover it where we can and promote that every chance we get. And let's always remember that we are eternal beings and that there is no ending to that which we are. And that the vantage point where we now stand, right here, right now, wherever it is where we are meant to be doing our work. In other words, just stand there where you are and focus yourself into alignment and feel how good that can feel. And then watch what more it will lead to. There has never been a more leading edge crowd. And we are speaking of those of you here in the room and those of you around the world. How far around the world? All the way around the world. 108 countries playing with us here today. And a cadre of non-physical entities, the likes of which have never been drawn for a focused forum such as this. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain eternally in the vortex.